All right, everybody, we're here at Enterprise Rent-A-Car getting our replacement rental. We started out with a Dodge Journey over there and had a little bit of a flat tire problem, as you can see. So that wasn't gonna work. And so now we have this absolutely beautiful Kia Soul. So here we go on our approximately 540 mile-ish journey. So we'll catch you on the road. Okay, we're in the Kia Soul on the highway now. We have, what does it say? The Gyps. Let's see, what time is it? 11:49. The Gyps says arrival time 7:59. So hitting the old I-5.
So the Kia Soul, their advertising, wasn't that like 3 large hamsters?
I think so. Wasn't the one like tapping his foot?
Yeah.
I don't remember how the...
I feel like I should turn my hat sideways a little. Welcome to Oregon.
Where the sun shines.
Yeah. And across the Columbia River.
Colombian.
We've made it to California. And there's Curtis.
Ah!
We did see Bigfoot on the way through, so...
4 times.
Anyway.
4 times. 4 times we saw Bigfoot.
Actually, we smelled him a couple times, too. We weren't sure if he was from inside the car or outside the car.
It was a big something.
But...
And in addition, the one Bigfoot we saw, he was wearing a COVID mask.
Yes, he was. We can attest to that.
Yes.
So anyway, back in the car.
Good morning. We are in sunny California, but the sun hasn't come up yet. What we have here is, where are we? Crescent
Crescent City, California.
Crescent City, California.
And yes, early, oh yeah, I forgot I don't wear a watch.
Hair have passed a freckle. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, and it's a little before 7 now.
A little before 7. We had extremely comfortable accommodations.
If we were a hamster in a hip car,
Yeah,
our Kia Soul.
Kia Soul. But we're gonna go get something better here in a few minutes.
Is it going to be bigger?
Yeah, I don't know about the cabin space, but
Is it going to be diesel?
yeah.
Ooh, ooh. Can we push people out of the way this time?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
because I was drifting.
Kia Souls and
I drifted
Priuses.
the whole way here. Lane to lane, you know, in the footage you can see in the fast forward. But we stayed at the lovely Crescent Inn. No, the
Lighthouse.
Lighthouse Inn in Crescent.
Across the way.
Yeah, beautiful harbor, beautiful fishing boats. Seen many of them already head out to the Pacific. We are right here on the Pacific Ocean. On the drive-in last night, trees as large as vehicles. They were massive. It was huge. It was beautiful.
On the Redwood Highway.
Yeah.
Was it 119, I think?
Yeah.
So, should give you a little bit of a pan around here. It's pretty neat. The sun's coming up. Hopefully you can see it on camera. There's some little, I don't know, little island thingies out there and about past the breakwater.
Nice, expensive
Pretty
yacht.
cool. Mm-hmm. Just a cheapo one, I'm sure.
As far, and I've never been to California before in my entire life. This is the first time I've ever been to California. And if you ever have to find yourself in California by reason or accident, just come here, say you've been to California. It's a beautiful little community. Everyone's pretty nice people.
There they go.
Here we go.
Pulling out.
Yeah, we got one pulling
There's
out.
a lot of like commercial fishing boats out here.
Yeah.
So the highway's starting to heat up out there.
Yeah.
Why don't we take them to the Redwood Highway?
Redwood.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. And here in a few minutes, we're actually going to be doing what we're here for.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to ask the great state of California, please give us the vehicle we paid you for.
Sight unseen.
Sight unseen.
Hopefully it's good. Yeah, we'll see you over there.
This is amazing.
Look at that guy. How long do you think that's been down?
I don't know. Oh, check that out. That's cool. Whoa!
See if you can bounce.
This is like an air bridge, dude.
Yeah. Crazy.
Wow. This is pretty cool stuff. It goes all the way up into the cliff over here. And you can see more of the smaller ones up on the ridge. It's really beautiful. A little slippery, but pretty cool nonetheless. These trees are incredible.
Give them a little perspective of how far up you are.
Probably about 40 feet. And it's kind of cool how this tree, even though it's dying, dead, and decayed, it's like nutrients for the other stuff that's growing on it. So, relatively neat stuff. Oh, wow. Yeah, that one that I was walking on takes you up to that ridge. It goes. Very cool.
Mm-hmm. And so close to the coast, the ocean, like only a couple miles really. Guys, haven't moved it yet. Actually doesn't look too half bad. A few bumps and bruises that we knew about in the photos. I think it'll clean up. They're gonna help us pull the blade off hopefully here. We're gonna strap it down on the back so we don't have to drive 500 and some miles with that on there.
Jay, have you seen the power windows?
Yeah, I know.
Here.
They're
Power windows.
Yep. So anyway, check it out. It is a boss
Grab it
plow.
over the top so we get over to the bed in just a second.
Here.
You're gonna
Let
go
me
grab
get
a
the
choker?
straps.
Oh, here.
Oh, you got the straps?
Yeah, we got choker.
Oh, all right.
We're gonna have to find an auto parts store and Huh?
What?
To get a steering wheel cover for that sticky steering wheel. Good deal. Look at that.
All right, Jay, so you happy with the purchase?
Yeah. On the road again.
I can't wait to get on the road again.
So we just hit the Highway 101, headed north, back towards Oregon, leaving Crescent City in the new Cummins. So far so good. Got a little tiny bit of a stumble when it's idling. Just, I mean, barely. So we stopped at AutoZone and got some big bottle of Stanidine for it. See how that goes. Run this tank through. Came with a full tank of diesel. That's kind of cool.
Yep.
As you saw, the maintenance guys helped us pull the blade off. That was really nice. The forklifted it in the back for us. So
that way, if we get hungry, we're not knocking everything over while we go through a drive-through.
Yeah. But so far, so good. I don't know if you can tell the excitement level or not, but it's there. It's been a long day already, and it's only 9:03 a.m. We've been up since roughly 5:30, something like that. So long drive. We got to go back to. We're gonna drive up 101. Hopefully, get some neat footage. Stop if we see some cool stuff. Headed up to at least Coos Bay. We have to return the rental car. Curtis is up ahead of us in the rental car, so about 130 miles up to Coos Bay, drop the rental car, then we'll be back, the three amigos together here, so see what kind of trouble we can get into. Then we got the whole day ahead of us. I think we should drive up the coast a little bit more past Coos Bay, actually. But
101 is along the bay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be along the water up here in a little ways.
Yeah, we'll have to flip the camera around so you don't see our ugly faces and you can see the beautiful view.
Right now we're just in the trees and not the redwoods, really.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that footage. That was
it's pretty spectacular.
pretty spectacular.
Like, you look up in awe at the trees. It doesn't even really show on camera, really.
Yeah. It doesn't do it any justice at all.
Those guys at the county there were telling us that you go even 20 miles south of here, it's even better. But we didn't really want to go south. I mean, we got to make our way back north, so.
We're already behind schedule.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got a non-sticky steering wheel cover. The steering wheel on this thing was just nasty sticky. So
you put your hands together and you couldn't ungrip.
It's like concentrated log cabin syrup. It was pretty bad. I don't know what they were doing on the steering wheel.
Have you ever had that where you have black tape and it sits out in the sun?
Oh,
that's what it was like.
Like electrical tape.
Yeah, electrical tape. And it sits out in the sun. You grab the edge and you're like, oh, yuck. That's what it was kind of like.
So far, I don't even know if it's quite hit in yet. We ended up with a second gen 24 valve Cummins Dodge quad cab short bed with a 5-speed manual for, I think, probably about half price. 166,000 miles.
Yep, 166, 357.
We are the second owners. This truck was bought new by Del Norte County, California. We have the original title from when they bought it, which is cool. Title says it had 5 miles on it when they bought it, so we know we're the second owners. And
the nice thing too, you got the service records.
All the service records came with this truck, and the original window sticker.
That doubles in value.
Yeah. Obviously, it was used by the road department as a plow truck, so
yeah, it'll buff out.
It's, it's got a few bumps and bruises, but this truck is not rusty.
Yeah.
I think it's going to clean up real well. It's no garage queen. This is a work truck.
Yeah.
And we'll put it to good use.
Give the Tahoes a little break.
Yeah. How's the steering? Is it real wandery? I figured
good.
With that big heavy plow on the front of it, maybe it'd be wore out in the front end, but
that's good. It's really like responsive.
That's amazing, actually.
Like typically turn and takes a month.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is it's
so I haven't flipped through all the maintenance records yet. I don't know all of what they've done. It's a pretty thick file. I can tell by looking under the hood, it's got a brand new, well, at some point they put a brand new VP44 injection pump on this thing, which is one of the, all you 24 valve Cummins guys out there know that's a common failure point. So it's had that upgraded or rebuilt or whatever at some point. That's a good plus. Here.
Does the ratio work?
Well, no AC, no regrets still. That's okay. We can have it recharged. I got a guy for that.
You know a guy that knows a guy?
Yep.
I gotta say, I got absolutely no regrets about this.
No regrets?
It was rougher than I thought it was, but it's still...
It's just dirty, too.
Yeah.
Filthy, nasty dirty.
The pictures always make it look just a little better, but once we're done with it, it's gonna look absolutely good.
There were some surprises. Yeah. Some of them we won't share.
We can't get into the details because...
But one of the good surprises is the plow is actually a Boss plow. It's a really good brand. I don't think, the government agencies usually don't skimp out on equipment like that, so we don't have any use for a plow, and it works. I don't know if we showed that on video when we picked the truck up or not, but up, down, side to side. So, I don't know. You need a snow plow? I mean, we're in the Pacific Northwest. need a snowplow, let us know.
Jay's working it in front of me. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm gonna have to tell your sister.
I don't know how to twerk.
Twerk.
That's not a...
Is that one of your gifts?
No.
I thought that's how you made your money back then.
Now Curtis, on the other hand, no.
Yeah, he
I
has
don't
a
know.
story behind that. Not mine to tell, so I'll let him tell it if he's comfortable. Oh, check out that boat.
That's...
Oh,
how did that get here? We gotta...
We gotta take a picture of that. Sorry, squirrel.
Squirrel. How do you suppose they pulled out up here?
I have no idea. That's part of the reason I want to stop and show people, because how in the hell did that get there?
I wonder if they were using this as a restaurant or something. Well,
Stop sign. Turn left onto US 101.
Shut up, Siri. I'm talking here. We definitely are noticing
a bit of a miss.
For 4
Yes.
miles, continue straight.
It'll, at idle, every once in a while, every, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds, it'll go, and puff a little bit of black smoke out. Like an idiot, I walked away from home yesterday I set my scanner out, and then I ended up not putting it in the car, so we don't have a scanner. But, I don't know, I'm not that worried about it. Dumped a whole can of the Stanidine. I don't remember which bottle it was I got, but maybe we'll switch it up. This will probably burn a couple tanks on the way home.
We'll show you a picture of that here in a minute.
Look at the view. We're just past Brookings, Oregon. Had to pull over and check this out. On the 101. right, so we're here in Bandon, Oregon. The truck's starting to run. It's getting a little bit cranky, starting to kind of miss and shake at idle and stuff like that. So we thought, well, we'll pull over here at this Napa, throw some new fuel filters in it. I just pulled the cap. Oh, it's a Wix, okay. Or Curtis pulled the cap off the stock filter on the engine. It's actually bypassed. This has a FOSS or FAS, whatever, fuel system on it with dual filters underneath the truck. So we're going to see if Napa here has a couple of them and put them on, see what happens. And we also just found out this thing's completely full of red diesel. So hopefully we don't get pulled over, but I mean, that's the way the county sold it to us. So we're gonna try to make sure we run all that red diesel out of this thing. Trying to purge the fuel system in this truck. I've never owned a 24 valve Cummins, so I don't know how to purge the air out after we change the filters. So I'm trying to figure that out. Somewhere on the lift pump.
All right, Jay, so what happened?
So got the truck running by priming it with gasoline in the intake manifold. Curtis came to the rescue with that. His dad gave him that idea on how to perform that. I think that maybe it's just running off the injection pump. We found a blown fuse for the FAS pump, put a new fuse in, still can't hear the FAS running at all. So I'm not even sure that the lift pump or any of that's working. So anyhow, it's back running. We're not gonna go. The next town is supposed to have a new fuel water separator. So the filters in this thing were nasty, but I'm not gonna break the seal on the fuel system again and go through that rigmarole. So we're just gonna hit the road and see what happens. Let you know.
Did you feel that? Well, that was fun. We wanted an exciting experience.
Well, we know for sure those filters were nasty, and we only got the one changed, but we're not going through that again.
No, we need to do that at home. It's at least got one of the two. The main one going to the engine, so. Can you explain how that works where you said it's running by something else?
Okay, so what we think is going on is that it seems to me like the engine is running, it's pulling the fuel just by the injection pump. It doesn't seem like the lift pump is working. The lift pump is what transfers the fuel from the fuel tank up to the injection pump. So it's kind of a slave for the injection system. And it will run without the lift pump. It's just hard on the injection pump because it's now pulling the fuel itself up. It's sucking the fuel up from the tank by itself without being fed any pressure. And that's, I think, what's going on potentially. It could just be, we're not that familiar with the system. We don't know how to bleed it, but we tried what we were told and it wasn't working, so it's got an aftermarket system on it. We can't hear the pump running at all.
You want to explain what we tried? So it was...
Well, at the Dodge, apparently you're supposed to bump the starter and then it initiates the lift pump relay and the lift pump will run. We tried that. We didn't hear the pump running at all. But in theory, you're supposed to do that. You bump the starter, and then the lift pump is supposed to run, and you crack the fuel filter at the fuel filter adapter, and so then it'll run and push all the air out.
And it's the one with the 2 lines going to it. The one that goes to the engine. That's the filter you loosen.
Okay, I don't know.
That's what it said. The
You
red
got
one
a water separator and the fuel filter.
Yeah.
It goes through both of those. So either way, you're supposed to bleed the air out of the lines, and it was not working that way. So we just had to cheat it by making the engine run on some premix fuel, gasoline premix through the intake, and the engine ran just long enough then for it to draw the fuel up on its own. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm not going to try that again while we're on the road, but once we get home, we'll have time to fully diagnose what's really going on. But I mean, truck seems to be running really good right now.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a work in progress. The old girl's got 166,000 miles, which for a Cummins really isn't much at all. Just gonna need some maintenance, that's all.
But we expected a little bit of maintenance.
Sure. Yeah. And by the looks of it, they hadn't changed the filters or water separator in a long time. You can look down in there. It looks pretty grimy down in there, so. Yeah, it looked like somebody poured sand and gravel down the bottom of it. All right, folks, we've made it a little ways down the road since the last stop. We turned in the rental car, so we're kind of on our own here, and actually we're doing pretty good. We found out what the main problem we were having, where the engine was stalling and cutting out. The water separator right next to the fuel filter was leaking, and so with the engine running, it was sucking air bubbles in. So we were getting air bubbles up to the engine. She was really cranky. So far, so good. Still got a little tiny bit of a rough idle, but we think it's probably due for injector rebuild. So we are here at the Sea Lion Caves, America's largest sea cave, it says. Stretching our legs a little bit, getting something to drink, and we're gonna hit the road. I think the next major town is probably Newport, somewhere along there. We're gonna see if we go through Lincoln City, maybe Tillamook before we cut back over. We're just gonna enjoy the scenery while it's light out, and when it starts getting dark, we'll just cut over the highway and bomb back on home up I-5. So we'll catch you a little bit later. check-in time again, getting a little more rundown. It's been a long day. We made it here to McMinnville, Oregon. So we decided to stop here and see the spruce goose at the Evergreen Museum, Aviation and Space Museum here, just briefly, before it gets pitch black. So truck is still doing, it's doing all right. It's still kind of having a little bit of a bad idle, but it was that way pretty much since we picked it up. But at least it's not cutting out and leaving us on the side of the road. So a little bit of diagnosing to do on the Dodge and some upcoming videos, but it'll get us home. So getting dark, we're just gonna shoot on over to I-5 and book it on home now. So nice skies, sun going down here soon. It's been a beautiful day.